Hey, you. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Whew. We got to get to it. Let's jump right into it. Talk. Boxing overload. There's been so much boxing on. We got to talk about it now. I said we going to talk about this shit now. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Retros or die. 79. 20,000 ways to die. Choose one. What's good? What's popping? Josh, I see you. The Vampire Stream. E-World, what's the word? I told you. I am the people's champ. We just gonna keep this rocking. A lot going on, man. Ton of boxing was on in the past 2 days. I didn't watch Cassidy versus Goods, but somebody was saying Goods bodied him. I heard some people picking Cassidy. I'm going to check it out. We going to check it out. Prince Savage, I got your email. We going to talk about this. FA a jog, but he I like what he's doing. Shout out to FA. FABO, hello US. I really like Errol Spence, especially when I found out he was half Jamaican. Yeah, man. And he will grill you like some jerk chicken, too. Some of that red snapper. Yeah, man. The bad man. We got to talk about it. Prince Savage, I got your email. We the gang, we working. I'm going to do it a little bit different. Congrats to all the winners. I'm going to talk about this Errol Spence thing. I did videos about the fights, every fight. I didn't do one for Rancis because my voice I've been killing on these streams and stuff. My voice is feeling like, my throat feeling hella sore and shit, pause. So, I got to kind of save my voice. And no offense, but the Robert Easter Jr. versus Rancis Bartholomew, it wasn't the one, So I didn't do a post-fight, but you guys could check my post-fights on those. I want to talk about this Errol Spence interview. Shout out to JJ. What up? FA hit that guy when he was down. I was scared he was going to act like he was knocked out and get him disqualified. Yeah. Triple G did that too to David Lemieux. And Roy Jones. It's hard sometimes. You're trying to beat someone's ass and you got to, referee jumps in and stops it. You got to just turn that killer instinct off. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. Like, you could tell when it's deliberate. Like, the dude that hit my man Money Powell the fourth, that was different. Salute to the Don. Shout out to Prince Savage. Check out his music, too. The guy that hit my dude Money Powell fourth, that's something different. The bell was like, ding, ding, ding. And he went up to him and sucker punched him like that. Roy Jones knocked that guy's ass out. Yeah, that was Montel Griffin. Roy Jones is special, bro. That's why I don't understand all this Lomachenko talk. Talking about we never seen this. Roy Jones leaped from 3.5, 4 feet back, and I don't even know if it was an uppercut. I guess it's an uppercut, but it looked like an uppercut turned into I call it a hoopercut. You know what I'm saying? He turned it into like a hook and destroyed Montel Griffin's head. Shout out to Isaiah Felix. We just working. Smash the like button. I told you. They not outworking me. In no shape, form, or fashion. New media. Now, speaking of new media, we're going to talk a little bit about the Donaire and the Regis Prograis, but I want to talk about this first. Shout out to my guy, Fred. He was at the Rancis fight, and Robert Easter was being supported. Broner was there in town in Vegas. Errol Spence. And he got an interview going, so I'm going to send y'all the link to Barbershop Conversations. Check him out. And the link is in the description. Now, Errol Spence did an interview. He's being surrounded by all the reporters and stuff, and he's talking about this Terrence Crawford shit, right? This fight. And this is what he says.
And I wasn't even paying attention to the fight.
Look.
Why you mentioning it? You should be trying to promote Terrence Crawford.
I made a video about this earlier. He's talking about how Terrence Crawford's promoter and team and ESPN, they keep promoting Lomachenko you know, for Crawford bouts.
Lomachenko, comparing Terrence Crawford and Lomachenko. Terrence Crawford and Lomachenko, even that's a fight. Like, why are you even mention his name when you got Terrence Crawford fighting on pay-per-view? Why are you mentioning him? You should be trying to promote Terrence Crawford. But they kept saying his name throughout the whole promotion. And I wasn't even paying attention to the final promotion, none of that, until the week of. And then I, watched videos and things like that. They just kept saying his name. Like big him or stop talking big of Lomachenko.
Do you think it's intentional? Do you think that's an intentional plan based off of what Bob Arum said after the fight?
I mean, I don't know if it's intentional. I mean, it could be intentional, but it could be subconscious. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just how they are. You know, I think Lomachenko, that guy, I think they was forced to really promote Terrence Crawford. He kept winning.
Do you think Bud?
He said they were forced to promote Terrence Crawford because he kept winning. And this is real true. And I have proof, and please don't make me have to go to my sources, but this is true. They didn't promote. Terrence Crawford put himself on. Like, not to say like that, like his company never helped him in anything, but it all started kicking off for the Bradis Prescott fight. You know, and truth be told, Top Rank is a good promotion. You know, they help build up young fighters, especially and stuff, but somebody else does their own thing. Like, just hear me out. These fighters be doing their own thing and coming out or showing out in these performances, and then they create a certain rating or they create a certain buzz for themselves, and then Top Rank decides to spend some more, or not even just Top Rank, just promoters in general. That's why man, listen, I might drop. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a real Bay Area hustler. I'm a real California hustler. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. I might come out, with some Master P, Nipsey Hussle shit. This independent hustle about branding. This shit is so real. Look at me, motherfucker. I am branding. No cosign, no easy access to anybody's gym, and yet my channel bigger than, a ton of people who try to be at every fight and stuff like that. I could do what I want, and it feels so great. But listen, that's true, bro, because like I said, Terrence Crawford, they been had him, and then kind of after the Bradis Prescott, the people started taking notice. Same thing with Teofimo. It wasn't like Teofimo was he started doing them backflips and Fortnite dances and shit. And once he started doing that, he started going viral. Heisman on the night of the Heisman. That's what happened. And then now they've been fucking with Teofimo, putting him on cards. So him and his pops kind of made themselves hot. It wasn't like Bob Arum and Todd DeBuff or whatever came out with this brilliant strategy and said, hey, Teofimo, you got some moves. After this knockout, do a backflip and bust that Fortnite dance and then capitalize off that. So that's how it is with a lot of promotions. Even Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner is self-made, self-paid. Like, he came out rapping and he came out, like, dancing and shit when he was walking out, came out with Kendrick Lamar. He pretty much made himself hot. You feel me? So that's how it is. That's exactly what it is. That's how we destroying. They come in trying to distract from what we doing. Listen, he said all you do is read people's articles. Okay, for sure. Then everybody else who does that, if that's the ticket, right? Then everybody should be hitting 200K this year on YouTube, right? See, these motherfuckers, I told you, these motherfuckers, they want to hate so bad. Listen to what they say. Tell me, don't fuck the new media, old media shit. Just listen and tell me if it makes sense to you. You get what I'm saying? Just listen and tell me if it makes sense to you. If all I do is read articles, right? That's all I do. Then everybody should hit 200K because I'm going to hit 200K this year for a fact. I promise you that. So everybody should do that. Anyway, enough of the nonsense. The fighters kind of make themselves hot and get noticed, and then the promoter's like, okay, damn, da-da-da. You get what I'm saying? And then the promoters start. Record labels are the same way. These motherfuckers, like Blueface Hunted or whatever dude's name is, bust down Tatiana. He probably been out. and then all of a sudden he come out with that hot banger that people was fucking with. It goes viral. Now, you know, he's getting booked for more and more shows. That's how this shit goes, you know. But it's not like a lot of these fighters aren't. Nobody's like sitting down with them and coming out with this like gimmick and, you know, game plan. Like, yo, I want you to do this. Listen to me. Do this. Do this. And, you know, Terrence Crawford is just. Errol Spence is right. He said Crawford. They had no choice to promote him because he kept winning and kept doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is an interview that was conducted after the Rances fight, I guess, with Bartholomew, Robert Easter.
What's your impression of it?
Good fight. Can't do what you're supposed to do.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the article. You're making headway now.
I didn't read the article.
Well, you said it. So, you basically said that...
He's not going well because even like throughout the whole promotion of the fight, and y'all keep 100. But they're not saying Lomachenko name every time they say Terrence Crawford. Even after the fight, they kept saying Lomachenko, comparing Terrence Crawford to Lomachenko. Terrence Crawford, Lomachenko. Even after the fight, like why are you even mention his name when you got Terrence Crawford fighting on pay-per-view? Why are you mentioning him? You should I got his number. He got my number. I respect him. I like him a lot. You know, I feel like he's a real fighter. He's a good guy and things like that. But you know, it's the business side too.
No.
I think he kind of capped his ceiling. You know, signing a deal. You know,
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to. Do you think he's just comfortable saying, "I'm just gonna fight out this contract"?
I think comfortable, but I mean, like I said, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's his thing. He's comfortable with it. That's what he like to do. That's what he's gonna do. I mean, everybody's different.
So that's Fred from Barbershop Conversation. He got the interview. I linked it in the chat. Once again, you know, I always cite my sources. The link is right there. So check that out. You know, give it the view. Errol Spence in Vegas, and he's talking about Terrence Crawford. He said he basically he kind of capped himself out. Listen, it's getting unbelievable how new media, how I keep doing these videos. I keep dropping them. keep doing these live streams, and I say something, and then all of a sudden you start hearing fighters say the exact same thing. Start saying the exact same thing. And then they try to say new media, you know, ain't it and all this stuff. Why are the people saying what I said? I told you, in my opinion, from my view, what I seen Amir Khan quit. Oh, no, you're lying. That would have debilitated anybody. And then Roy Jones come out and say the same thing. You know, Errol Spence come out and say the same thing. Freddie Roach, Khan's old trainer, come out and say the same thing. Every time. I start, because I'm not saying everybody is like coming to my video directly, but once I drop these narratives, once I drop these points, they realize like, okay, that's a solid point. I told you about this Lomachenko thing. They don't, oh my gosh. Like this number one Lomachenko stuff. They're sitting here on a diamond in the rough with Crawford and promoting Lomachenko more. You know, it's like it gets crazy after a while because Crawford moved up and moved up again. Lomachenko moved up and moved up again. But in this new division, Lomachenko, 2 of his fights he hasn't looked like high-tech Matrix and all this shit, yet they keep talking about him. And then meanwhile, Crawford has been the same old bull that we've seen from 135, 140, and he's looking the same. He stopped everybody. I don't remember the last time Crawford didn't get a stoppage. What's the last fight where he didn't get a stoppage? Victor Postal? You guys tell me. He moved up, stopped Jeff Horn, who beat Pacquiao. Whether you believe Jeff Horn won or not, fuck that. He had the belt. He was a champion. He had defended it one time against Gary Corcoran. And then Crawford moved up 7 pounds, stopped him. Facts. Right? He fought Jose Benavidez, who was undefeated, never been stopped him in the final round. He just fought Khan, you know, and beat the life out of him and like beat the fight out of him. Whereas Khan normally shows a lot of heart. Shout out to Prophet. He said, not saying everyone is watching. They are watching. Trust me. If they're not watching, other people that know them directly are watching. These points are they're making too much sense. So that, you know, shout out to Deontay Wilder, because he's one of the people that watch my shit, and openly he just said it. He said, Boxingego, I check your shit out, I watch you. You know what I'm saying? They watch. I have fighters that follow me, you know, on Instagram and on Twitter. Like, trust me, they watch. Boxing is not that big. But the thing is, I'm self-made, self-paid. I don't care. Anybody can watch. This is free gyms, you know? I'm not saying I'm Burt Sugar or Emmanuel Stewart, rest in peace. I'm just telling you how I think. But I know this new media shit is heat. It is that heat rock. And I know it makes sense. So, you know, it is what it is. But the thing is, people are trying to turn this into something it isn't. He just said, I got Crawford's number, he got my number. He said, I respect him as a fighter. See, they're making it like Spence don't. If you know, that's grown man shit. People are like, oh, Spence is ducking and all this stupid shit. He just told you on camera, I got his number, he got my number. So, you know what I'm saying? So that I respect that as a man. Like, because if anybody had a problem with me and they have my number, then, you know, we can talk. We can talk as adults. They watching because Keith Thurman called me out for the Keith every once in a while Thurman name. That's what I'm saying, bro. They watch this new media shit. And the thing is it's for everybody, you know, and anybody can get this baptism. The stuff makes sense. The bottom line is ESPN, it be doing the most with their commentary. HBO do the most with their commentary. They force feed you. They try to force feed you. No one said Lomachenko is a bad fighter. No one said Triple G is a bad fighter. But they shoved that down your throats like nobody else exists, to a point where it's like it makes you wonder, like, what is this? What is this? You know, the race definitely has something to do with it. But what else is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you holding? Listen, here I got a point for you. New media shit. Floyd Mayweather was once on the pound for pound list when he was active. Fact. ESPN said Triple G was number one pound for pound in the last couple of years, right? They had a pound for pound list that they all voted on, released to the public, saying Triple G was number one. So for someone who was recently on a pound for pound list, according to you and your company, right? Why don't you have a problem with Triple G versus Steve Rolls? But when Mayweather fought Berto, you had a problem with that. You can't tell me race don't have nothing to do with it. I refuse to believe it unless you could tell me right the fuck now what it has something to do with. Mayweather was number one. You held him to a certain standard, to the point where a two-time champion who's younger, bigger, fast, with power is not acceptable. And you say these over-the-top, oh, Floyd ruined his 21-year legacy and 22 years in the sport, all ruined because he's fighting Berto. Golovkin ain't got half the resume of Floyd, and he's fighting Steve Rolls, who has accomplished a lot less in his career than Kareem Mayfield or Berto or anybody that Mayweather's ever, you know, really been linked to that was in boxing. Yet nobody's saying. I don't see ESPN. They'll write an article, or their flunkies or whatever, their authors will write articles talking about Floyd versus Berto and everything that's wrong with it, right? But ain't no criticism for Golovkin fighting Steve Rolls when he's on the, like, see, and this is the other thing. They'll blame, this is what I'm telling you, this is the old media mindset, this is why we destroying them. They'll blame Mayweather. All he said, I'll fight Pacquiao. I want it to be on the even playing field. Take the test, and we got us a fight, you know? They weren't even arguing about money and all that initially. Money wasn't the issue. It was the drug testing. That was the very first thing. They blamed Floyd for the fight taking so long to happen, right? Why Triple G ain't fighting, and, you know, not to mention Floyd and Pacquiao, you know, at a point they were on different networks and shit. So there's other things at play. Why Triple G ain't fight Andre? They're not arguing over drug tests. They're not arguing over like networks and Cold Wars and shit like that. Why they ain't fight? Why is Triple G fighting Steve Rolls? You know this shit don't make sense. Jonathan Guy, $2 super chat. How does Crawford get out though? Buyout? I don't know, because I'm sure Top Rank probably mad that they lost Floyd and seen what he went to do, so it might be harder to get out of the contract now. I don't know. That's why you got to make the decisions up front that make sense. Marcus Walls, $2 super chat. People hate the pure hard facts, bro. That's why we're gonna keep hitting them. I know what they hate. It's like someone hitting you to the body in the ring. You see them grimace in pain. I see old media, tucking their elbows in, grimacing in pain. So we're gonna give you more of that. Triple G was on HBO. Ward was on HBO. Only one division separated him. He said he couldn't get no work at 160. Never fought him. Edeslani Lada said, I'll come up to you and fight you. So don't say, it's because they're on different networks. Okay, well, Crawford and Spence are on different networks, and you guys seem to be pushing. I'm telling you, no matter which way they try to go, they dead in the water because they've already released too much information. Old media has released too many of their talking points, so they're going to be jammed up. You're a casual. Prograis and Sergey Lipinets aren't even in the same weight class. Beyond that, Prograis just got a knockout in a belt, and he's a champion, and he's in a tournament. So that was a horrendous point, and you just showed everybody that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're talking about Lipinets. Lipinets is at 47, where he stopped Lamont Peterson. Step your knowledge up. So that's just the reality of it. Like I said, we're not buying all the. You can't shit on Spence versus Sean Porter, but then the only fight that means a damn is Crawford versus Spence, which they're both unified. Crawford has one belt, Sean Porter has one belt. So they're about saying it's not like Sean Porter is 45 years old and Crawford is this young kid, you know what I'm saying? So there's really what are the differences? And then, like I said, when you talk about welterweight resumes based on how long he's been there, Sean Porter clearly has the better resume at the moment, at the welterweight division at the moment with only 3 fights. No one's sleeping on Crawford's skills. No one's sleeping on him. This is what Errol Spence is telling you. Like, he kind of capped himself out signing that extension. This is what I've been telling you because Top Rank don't have the players for him to fight. The other thing you have to question is when they did have the players for him to fight, how come the fights weren't facilitated? Like Pacquiao. Why didn't they feed Ruslan Provodnikov or whoever to him? Why didn't, you know what I'm saying? How did Jeff Horn get an opportunity at Pacquiao before Terrence Crawford? Once again, this is perpetually what happens to black fighters. They want to market whoever the fuck they want to market and put energy and money. They don't think there's money in the black dollar. I'm telling you. So as a result, they'll market everyone else before they market us, before they market American fighters, especially if they black, on certain promotions. It's just what it is. That's why, I brought up the same point, but you're hearing it from Errol Spence. Why are they talking about Lomachenko? So they're not trying to feed Lomachenko to Crawford. Why are we talking about Lomachenko constantly on Crawford's events? What is it? I just don't understand what Lomachenko has to do with it. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, name a 35-pounder on PBC that every time Spence fights, they keep talking about him. Without fail. That's what I'm saying. That old media way of marketing and promotion and building up buzz and piggybacking, all that shit is dead. I promise you that. Name a lightweight that is a PBC fighter that is always mentioned every single time Spence fights. The only lightweight that they were mentioning when Spence fights is Mikey Garcia, a lightweight champion who called out Errol Spence. So they were actually finna make the fight. So that's why they kept mentioning him. That's why they kept mentioning Mikey Garcia. But what do we mention? Unless Lomachenko's finna do a Mikey Garcia, then what are we mentioning him for every single time ESPN has a Crawford fight? It just doesn't make sense. Racism still exists. All we could do is expect the best and prepare for the worst. Man, fuck that. All we could do is attack it with extreme prejudice, right? And constantly bring it up. Make these roaches scatter. We gonna put this in your face like a dog that pisses on a rug or shits on a rug. We're going to show you where you messed up each and every time we get the opportunity. We have the resources, we have the voice, we have the means of doing this. We could do this all internally. I'm telling y'all. Y'all got to stand for something and be about something. Or, you know, you can tuck your tail and act like you don't see this shit. Listen, like I said, if you don't believe what I'm saying, please give me a better scenario as to what's going on. Please tell me. They refuse to do it. Yeah, of course there's strength in numbers. That's what they hate. That's what they, and there's nothing they can do. What can anyone do? That's what I'm saying. Y'all be a lot of people. I'm a boss. Like, you can't do nothing. What the most someone could do is not like me, you know, not give me a credential. What are you going? What is that? That's gonna hurt your promotion. Because if I ain't at the spot, then that hurts you more than it hurts me. Because I'm still gonna cover the fight from at home. What you gonna do? That's what I'm saying. We live in a society of scary ass people that don't want to stand for nothing. The worst someone could do, what they gonna do physically? They gonna physically move me? They gonna send someone to shoot me? What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We live in a society where, like, of scary ass people. Like, oh, I'm not giving you a credential to fight. What did I do? For being honest, and no one can provide me with a better solution. Like I said, we at their throat. We at their neck like strep. What they gonna do? Hit the dislike button? Oh, fuck this. All this again, you know, hit the dislike button. I encourage you. I don't care. Everybody join in, hit the dislike button. See what that do to my paycheck. Nothing. They hate it when you expose the truth. That's why we gonna keep, oh my God, we about to stay on them. I promise you. We on it. We on their helmets, bro. They gotta do something. We're not sheep anymore. You know what I'm saying? You just spin this narrative and everyone, again, it's working like this. You want to make money in America, you got to pay like you weigh. You got to show respect to Americans. American fighters, American champs, American teams, you know, American cities. That's just what it is. You know, enough of this, like, fuck what y'all want. We gonna give you what the fuck we want. You know, old narratives and spin jobs, and we got some, you know, reporters on our payroll, and they're gonna just say whatever and try to spin it. Like I said, see if it makes sense to you and keep it rocking. Let's see if it makes sense to you. I told you, this whole Terrence Crawford Spence thing, Bob Arum would not be doing anything different if he had everybody except for Spence. Who believes that? Who believes that Bob Arum, if he had PBC's welterweight division, and the only guy he didn't have was Errol Spence, the first olive branch he would reach out to make a fight would be Errol Spence? And just say everybody that's a PBC welterweight was over on Top Rank, and Errol Spence was the Lone Ranger with nobody to fight. Who believes that Bob Arum would extend an olive branch and be like, yo, Spence, I got this guy named Crawford, I got Danny Garcia, I got Mikey Garcia, I got Broner, I got Sean Porter, you know, I got Jaron Boots Ennis, I got Keith Thurman, you know, I got Louis Collazo, I got Devin Alexander, and we want to give you your pick. Come on, bro. Top Rank hasn't even showed a history of doing that. Because if that was the case, how many great fights could Pacquiao have fought on PBC? You know, before he joined PBC, Pacquiao could have fought the same names. Broner, when he was with Top Rank, he could have fought Danny Garcia. He could have fought Keith Thurman. He could have fought Errol Spence. He didn't fight none of them. So once again, somebody make it make sense. It has to be pure racism because the white dollar doesn't hold weight in boxing. Showtime already told everybody who the vote boxing audience is, and it's black and Mexican, and there's no reason. Then if that's the truth, they gotta pay like they weigh, like I told you. Myron Dinner, $5 super chat. Shout out to Ego, DBN, and all the new media for standing up for what's right and wrong in boxing. Most def. This was the mission from day one. Ain't shit changed, and it's only getting greater and it's only getting stronger. Like I said, like I'm not out here trying to create rivalries and none of that bullshit. But I know what I'm saying makes sense. And how can you, like I said, you can dislike, but you can't disprove. Shout out to Stewart. There's nobody that I know that truly believes, unless they work for somebody or they work for a Top Rank or something, that believes that Bob Arum, if he had PBC's staff, you know, in the welterweight division, he had the same roster, that his first priority would be to fight Errol Spence, the Lone Ranger, over on PBC. He would be doing the same thing. And it's not even a PBC thing. DAZN does the same thing. How come Joshua was going to fight Miller, a DAZN fighter, before Luis Ortiz? I'm talking about for not this little, hey, Miller failed a drug test, we need somebody. I'm not talking about that bullshit. I'm talking about from the jump. How come that wasn't the case? How come Luis Ortiz wasn't the priority from the beginning? Because he over there with Al Haymon. How come Joshua Wilder wasn't the priority for next? Because he over there with Al. It's easy to see. How come Canelo's fighting Jacobs? Charlo would be a great fight too. Charlo's called him out multiple times. How come? How come that wasn't a priority? So all these dudes would do it. If you have the in-house stable, you're going to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Like I said, how is it that Bob Arum could say Al Haymon's holding up all the fights, but there's fights that he can't hold up and you're still not making? He doesn't own Lomachenko, the rights to Lomachenko's fights, or Teofimo. So you can't blame that on Arum. You can't blame that on Al. So why is that fight not happening? Because it's impossible for him to hold up some shit unless he does some Suge Knight shit, hold you over the balcony and make you sign some papers. He doesn't own the rights to Lomachenko or Teofimo. So who holding that up? You know, who held up Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury? Because last time I checked, Frank Warren just worked with Showtime and Al, and they were in negotiations for a 50-50 split. Who held that up? Stop playing with me. I told you, your arms ain't long enough to box with God. The stream God. So, you know, unless you're making all the fights in-house that you could, who holding up Shakur Stevenson, Carl Frampton? They both were Top Rank. Who holding up Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez? Who's holding up Artur Beterbiev versus Alexander Vodstik? You know, who's holding up Zurdo Ramirez versus Vodstik? They have at 75. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So, once again, this is a scapegoat. This is a patsy to blame Al Haymon. But the truth is, the thing people are mad at is Al, he has depth in his roster. He has a lot of play. So this is why I never understood why these other guys would even want to play that, you know, sue Al Haymon and play this game, you know, taking shots at him, because they all need to work with him. Now, okay, put it this way. Name one promoter that doesn't work with PBC that is not claiming to want to make a fight with one of his fighters. So once again, let me say that again. Name another third-party promoter that has nothing to do with PBC that doesn't need Al Haymon. They're not in the news. They're not talking about fighting one of his big fighters. So you can't say Eddie Hearn, because he wants to fight Andy Ruiz, who's an Al Haymon fighter now. He wants to fight Luis Ortiz, allegedly, for Joshua. He wants to fight Wilder, allegedly, for Joshua. So you can't say Eddie Hearn. And he wants to sign all these PBC fighters to DAZN, and he already has a couple. So you can't say Eddie Hearn. Top Rank saying, hey, we want Crawford to fight Spence. So you can't say Top Rank. So what promoter? Golden Boy? What are they going to do with Jaime Munguia if he stays at 54? Who are you going to unify with? All the other top guys. Andre left. He's with DAZN. You know what I'm saying? And he's at 160. All the 54 champions are with PBC. So who's Jaime Munguia going to unify with? See, so really all roads lead to Al, you know? It kind of leads to Al because you have every other promoter, you know, who's kind of stifled to a degree unless they work with him because his stable is so depth and there is talent there. So name 5 fights Joshua could fight without any Al Haymon guys that make him like bigger than what he already is. You know, even if Luis Ortiz doesn't get it, they're talking about AJ Andy Ruiz. That's another Haymon guy. So you still got to work with Haymon. So the motherfucker can't be that bad because even if they make an Andy Ruiz, you know, junior fight for AJ, that's still an Al guy. So how can you say Al Haymon ain't this and that and you still got to work with him? Whether it's Luis Ortiz, Wilder, or Andy Ruiz, you still got to work with him. And the fact is, you just lost a heavyweight, Gerald Miller, who's probably going to, well, actually, I don't know what's happening with the ban. But even if you don't get banned, the promoter might face backlash if they put him in a fight anytime soon. Look at Marco making excuses. Charlo needs to grow more before he faces any elite fighter. Man, fuck that. You dudes is too inconsistent. So Crawford doesn't need to grow more. The black guy, you know, in that situation, he don't need to grow more, and he should fight Spence right now when they're both growing. But Charlo needs to grow more before he gets Canelo. You see, this shit is too predictable. Explain how that makes sense. Explain how these motherfuckers are so gung-ho to see Crawford versus Spence tomorrow, but to face Canelo or Triple G, Charlo got to grow more. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, who are you talking about? So Marco, if Charlo was gonna fight Danny Jacobs next or Demetrius Andrade, you would tell me you wouldn't like that fight. So you wouldn't encourage Andrade versus Charlo, even though they've been going back and forth on social media for years. You wouldn't encourage someone just put Steve Rose, Charlo versus Danny Jacobs, even though they had that run-in the hallway. That's what you're trying to tell me, Marco. You would be like, no, Charlo needs to improve before we get that. That's what you would say. I would, but I would take Jacobs or Andrade. Nah, so bro, you getting destroyed. Now, okay, so first you said before Charlo faces anyone elite, he needs to do more and grow. And you said, oh, I'm not just talking about Canelo. But then you just admitted to me that you would encourage Andrade and Charlo or Andrade versus Jacobs, who are both elite also. Looking shaky, baby. So why is it that to fight the non-black fighters, Charlo has to do more and grow and all this other bullshit, but to fight Triple G and Canelo, the other great fighters that are non-black, he has to grow for them, but he can jump straight into a Jacobs fight or an Andrade fight? I would like to see it, but I wouldn't encourage it. No, bro, you trapped. You in the hot seat. I got one. I got him. He's squirming. Okay, so why isn't Charlo ready for elite Canelo or Triple G, but you would like you would like Charlo versus Andrade or Jacobs? Just explain that. Bro, come on. I'm not into the color stuff, bro. Come on. Some of y'all motherfuckers is into the color stuff and you don't even know it. Jacobs is elite too. Okay, so that proves my point even more. You said Charlo needs to do more before facing someone elite. You just admitted Jacobs is elite, but you're ready for those fights. But to fight Triple G or Canelo, he has to do more. Explain. You got one more response. Marco Aguiar. Explain how Charlo's ready to go for the black guys, Danny Jacobs and Andrade, who are elite. But to fight Canelo and Triple G, he has to do more and prove more. When that's actually his mandatories. And guys he should be fighting. Whereas Jacobs, there's no correlation between Charlo and Jacobs, Charlo and Andrade, other than run-ins and shit. But there's no mandated anything. Oh my gosh. Y'all let me catch another one just like that. I think Charlo is ready for a Triple G. Just get him out of here, bro. He won't answer the question. So he can fight anyone but Canelo. So your name is Marco Aguiar, and now you've copped a plea, and you can say he can fight Triple G, Andrade, or he can fight Jacobs. He just ain't ready for Canelo. Get him the fuck out of here. You see how I be slicing them. So again, look at the names, faces, and profile pics of the people doing the most hating. So basically, you don't want Charlo. He's not elite enough to fight Canelo, but he can fight Triple G, he can fight Andrade, and he can fight Jacobs, no problem. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You try to protect Canelo. That's what that is. This the real deal. Easy work. I got these dudes. I told you, I got them scrambling. They should have waved the white flag. Because I got them scrambling and they be rambling. So basically, you're trying to protect Canelo. That's what we're basically getting to. Marco Aguiar wants to protect Saul Canelo Alvarez. So even though that's pretty much Canelo's mandatory, if he keeps that WBC belt, Charlo shouldn't get an opportunity at him, but the other elite guys are all fair game. Oh my gosh. And y'all think they fucking with the Stream King, the Stream guy. Yo, F Cisco. Triple G never fought anyone elite, so why does he have to grow to get the Canelo fight? New media, we kill it. Yeah, new media, we killing it. We killing them. I promise you. Everybody just calm down, relax, start breathing. Fuck that shit. You just caught this bitch cheating. While you at work, she's with some dude trying to get off. Fuck, slit in the throat. Cut this bitch's head off. Like, let's just calm down the taste. I told you we got them in a frenzy. Foot on their neck. They can't breathe. They know this shit don't make sense. But see, I'm gonna tell you how to. I told you I study casuals. This is what they do. Smash the like button. We need to get these likes up. That's one thing we do need to do. Get these likes up. This is what they do. They're used to saying these weak ass strawman argument talking points amongst their friends. You know, when they go to the gym, when they go to a fight party, you know, when they're riding in the whip, you know, to go to the movie theaters, Fathom events to see Canelo Jake. These different people, they're comfortable on Instagram pages, Facebook boxing groups and shit. But when they step in with motherfuckers who know what they talking about, they get chewed up because they find out quickly that these weak ass talking points don't really make any sense. That's what's happening here. These dudes freely say, guys and girls, whoever the fuck these trolls are, these man fans freely talk and say X, Y, and Z for because it's therapeutic to them. They don't care if it makes sense. They don't care if they've thought it through. They say it. So then they come to my shit expecting for it to be the same, and then we put you on Front Street. It's the American way. They have no answers. And then they see quickly in the hot seat, damn, he got me. I didn't think this through. It's like, let's say I'm involved in a shooting. I'm on first 48. The cops are drilling me. We don't know what their interrogation methods are. They trying to catch me, and they ask me a question, and then they might like rephrase the question or some shit to the point where I end up tripping myself up because what I said, they prove it's not consistent because I don't know. That's what we do to old media. Here's another example. If you guys ever apply for a job and they make you take a personality test. I used to be a manager. Let me tell you how these personality tests work. Personality tests, they could tell and determine if you're lying because this doesn't make, like what you're saying, they ask you the same question basically in a multitude of ways. So if on question 19 they ask you, are you a clean person? And you say, yes, I strongly agree. And then on question 34, you're lying trying to appease them, and they say, are you a messy person? And you say, yes, I strongly agree. They can automatically determine this motherfucker lying, because how could you be a clean person and strongly agree that you're a very messy person? Name somebody who's a very clean and a very messy person at the same time. That shit don't even make sense. It says, hey, do you have no temper? You know, can you keep your cool? Yes, I could keep my cool. I never get angry at anyone. I would just, and then it's like, man, if a customer come in 5 minutes before you closing, would you cuss their ass out? And you be like, yeah, hell yeah. Bitch, don't be coming in here. Feel me, bruh? Don't be coming in here. You know, I'm sweeping. We about to close the registers, bruh. That doesn't make sense. You just said you don't flip out. You don't have a temper. You don't flash on nobody. But then all of a sudden you say you would cuss the bitch out if she came 5 minutes before closing because you got cleaning duties to do. That's how they catch you in them personality tests. And guess what? I used to work at a company and we used to review them and see it. A lot of you motherfuckers be failing because y'all just, man, I keep it true. I keep it real with mine. I keep it real, bro. At least in the Bay Area. That's how motherfuckers, yeah, you kept it real. A little too real, because this shit is all up. You sound bipolar. You sound ridiculous right now. Man, I ain't got no temper. Man, fuck that. I'm angry right now. Like, you sound like you something wrong with you. These motherfuckers be failing quizzes and shit. I told you, they ain't got the mental dexterity that your boy got. These dudes be failing personality. Man, I swear, I ain't gonna say his name, but I had a boy, and we both applied to Best Buy. His cousin. This is a true story. His cousin worked at Best Buy and was like putting in a good word for his cousin and me. I applied. I went in. I hit the interview. I got the job. It was just a second job for me at the time. See, I always been a hustler. Second job for me. I got the job easy. He did good on the interview and failed the personality test. So they said, oh, we can't hire you. And they said you could take it again, another time. And if you fail, you can't take it for another 30. This motherfucker failed the personality test 3 times before he got hired. I'm like, how you keep failing? And his cousin gave him like a cheat sheet. This was back in the day. Chingy was out or some shit. I said, I like the way you do that right there. So this was a while ago when I actually had a job before boxing took care of your boy, you know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker, my friend, his cousin was giving you the hookup. He failed a personality test like 2-3 times. I'm like, how you keep failing? And your cousin gave you a cheat sheet. Like, what kind of answers are you? That motherfucker under pressure. He made a move. He ain't made no move. He was looking right at you. This motherfucker was failing the personality test. So I started before him, and he applied before me because he couldn't get past the personality test. See, some of y'all stupid. It's okay. Just a little. It's stupid, though. It's okay. Just get a little sprinkle of stupid in you. So anyway, these dudes, they be used to that old media way where they just say things that's therapeutic. Like ESPN is talking about Mikey Garcia going to beat Errol Spence, but Errol Spence versus Mikey is a lose-lose situation. How does that make any sense? You don't think Errol Spence is going to win, but if he does win, you're giving him no credit. Okay, that's what's up. Old media has never met this much resistance. They have never seen this much resistance. And most of them are cowards that can't do nothing but get angry. That's why you think these motherfuckers be making alternate accounts? Cause they don't even want to show their real face. They gotta hide behind. Say, you don't see me hiding behind no face. Like, I'm not wearing a mask. That's old media. That's the old media way. So we just gonna continue building this empire. Yeah, they not the sharpest knife in the drawer. They a few pills short of a full medicine cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been taking them pills. So they a few pills short of full medicine cabinet. But hey, Gallo Estrada won the new champion of the world, Galito. What? Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to Gallo. He did. He looked good. He made the good adjustments. Sor Rungvisai was looking wild and shit. But I don't think. I think some people were like, "Oh, how is it close?" Man, there was a couple. The second round I gave to Rungvisai, but it was close. But then El Gallo, he started tripping out like round 7, 8. He started fighting like more of a doghouse. Why would you do that? If you were boxing so beautifully and painting a masterpiece, why you, as you get tired and fatigued, like everybody naturally will do, and from, this dude's hard ass head coming forward, why the fuck are you making it harder for yourself by not just boxing and using your footwork? You get what I'm saying? So that didn't make sense. If anything, you should have used, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't, don't wait till you're tired to start slugging it out. Because that wasn't a master class based on that, because I think he made some, there were some deficiencies late. He should have just kept boxing, and he probably could have got a stoppage or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? Or a knockdown, or just, he did his thing, but fighters got to stop playing to the crowd. Fuck them crowd. What did 50 do? Why y'all keep talking about 50? I seen he's going in on someone and their wife or some shit. What did 50 do now? Oh shit, everybody's in fight mode. What is this? Look at Jamal. Oh, that's the Hugo. I was at that fight. That was a Hey, 50 Why does he keep harassing this dude, bro? Hey, 50 is a fucking fool, bro. Why? This dude owes him money, and he just won't leave him alone. Hey, 50 is a fool. What is this shit, bro? Randall, I'm sorry, 50. Going to the ER to make sure you're not. 50 really what? Hey, this dude is 50. I give it to him. I met 50. I give it to him. He is the pettiest on the ground, bro. Takashi was, a cool second, but he locked up now. 50 got to be the pettiest, bro. Why did he post old boy? Why did he post that boy with that? I don't even know. They doing stress tests on his heart or some shit. Hey, 50 is a fool. This dude, I don't know who this is, a Hollywood producer or something that owes him money. And he's like, come on, man, 50, I ain't got the money like that. And then 50, hey, say, man, you're not going to die before Monday, nigga. Hey, Doc said I get hit in the head, might get a fucking concussion, nigga. Hey, 50, this dude is funny as fuck. Some people don't like it. They think he be cool. This shit funny. I'm sorry. Like, I grew up, like, listening to 50. This should be funny to me. He's really petty, though. Hey, Randall, dude. Hey, you're my favorite white boy. I owe you for this one. Hey, something special. Hey, Randall, nigga, everybody listening. What the fuck is this? What? Why you look so concerned with hella ultrasound monitors on this shit? He said, "You're not rocking with your man 50 Cent, man. You're not gonna die before Monday, Randall. Go ahead, knock yourself out." LOL. Hey, don't show me no shit like that. That's funny. 50 said if he dies, he's texting Jesus. Hey, 50 is tripping, bro. I'm not betting 50, because if he doing all this for some money, and he got Isaac Wright or something. He got a new show on ABC. He got a show about BMF, Power Successful, and this motherfucker don't need money like that, bro. And Tierra Marie owe him money. So if he doing all this for money, bro, to get his money, I can't ever owe 50. He like, hey, ego there. Everybody listen. Fucking Rudy. Hey, I'm gonna stop saying that because I know you probably like that, man. Fucking Rudy. I smell pussy. Is that you, Jai? I smell pussy. Is that you, Black? Oh my God. Hit my wisdom tooth. I spit it out. I don't smile at that. Ain't shit pretty. I got a purple heart for war and I ain't never let the city. Hoes be like 50. You so witty. On the dick like they heard that goes right for Pete. That dude misspelled his name and put Fofty and he keep putting that. This shit is funny, bro. He said it looked like Mark Ruffalo. I'm done. Y'all talking about the Hulk now. We got the livest live stream, people. Hey, I want to kick it with 50. This motherfucker is funny. I just don't want to owe him any money. This dude is funny. Like that shit he be doing to Tierra Marie. Bitch, I said get my money. I don't know what you heard about me. A bitch can't get $1 out of me. Smash the like button. That's what we hitting old media with that yeet. We bringing that yeet back. Old media getting hit with that yeet. I smell pussy. It's not in my nature to... I'm a motherfucking PIMP. Ayo, Dre, you got me feeling real bulletproof in this motherfucker. Motherfucking rims and bulletproof, Nick. Motherfucking hat bulletproof. But Doc say if I get hit, I might get a fucking concussion. Better that than the hole in the head. Let's get it. So anyway, back to Spence, Crawford. Love both of them, but Spence makes some points. You're undermining the talent of Crawford by constantly bringing up Lomachenko for no reason. Ego, what's your thoughts on Easter versus Rance's fight? It wasn't that enjoyable. You know, certain styles just don't go well together. Rance's is like so economical, and he wasn't throwing no. It was like a Tyson Fury Klitschko type fight. They scored like an all-time low amount of punches for that division. Who looked good? Oh, Crawford looked good. That was an ugly fight. The Rance's Robert Easter. It just wasn't. You know, they were both trying to counter. They said they landed like 15%. Hey, but why Jim Gray be pulling up? He be wanting to smoke after on the post-fight interviews. Jim Gray was like, Robert Easter was cool, kind of smiling like, you know, I thought I won, but the judges seen it different. He played it cool. But Rance's Bartholomew was like, that motherfucker was pouting and mad, like, I won. I was leaving. He was like saying he won. And he was like, man, I landed. Rancis said something like, I landed way more punches than he did. Jim Gray was like, oh yeah? It says he threw 452 punches, and your bitch ass only threw 150. So how did you throw or land more? He landed 155 punches, and you landed 12. Hey, Jim Gray gotta chill, bro. He really be looking for the smoke. He pulled out, you know, you ever watch To Catch a Predator, where the motherfuckers be butt naked trying to help Billy do his homework? Yeah, Billy contacted me and said his parents were out of town. You know, there's a lot of creeps, so I just came to check him out to make sure. He said he was home alone, so I wanted to check on Billy. Like, but what about his parents? You weren't worried? You're naked in his house. That's how Jim Gray, he pulled up. He says, I landed more than him. Jim Gray pulled out them To Catch a Predator transcripts. He's like, so did you tell 12-year-old Billy that you're bringing over some weed and you're going to get high because it's 420 and you want to push on this tush after smoking some kush? Did you put this? You said at 4:22 p.m. you want to push on this tush after smoking some kush. Did you not say that? That's how Chris Hansen be pulling up. That's how Jim Gray pulled up with them fucking punch stats. That motherfucker, that's the fastest I seen anybody ever get some CompuBox. This motherfucker had Showtime stats, CompuBox, and the number to Five Guys burgers. He pulled that shit out so quick. You said you outlanded him. You landed 12 punches. Nah, y'all know what I'm talking about when Chris Hansen pulled that fucking transcript. You said you were bringing over some weed at 4:22 p.m. You want to push on this on Billy's 12-year-old. He's 12. You want to push on this tush after you guys smoke some kush. You smoking Granddaddy Kush. Says here at 4. Last message sent at 4:24. Jim Gray pulled up the same, like on some Chris Hansen shit, looking for the smoke, bro. Jim Gray was like, he's like, I outlanded Easter. Jim Gray was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. So you threw more punches, huh? He threw 682 punches to your 200. And he was like, oh, he was punching air. Now that was different. He did red. Man, what about the time he tried to choke and smoke backyard? Oh, now that was different. Rancid didn't know what to say. He said, I don't know. He was punching air like 200 and something times. Like, hey, bro, Jim Gray got you. Jim Gray don't give a fuck. The only person that he didn't want to smoke with was James Toney. And I don't blame him because ain't nobody want to smoke with James Toney like that. James was like, get off me, dog. I don't even like you. I don't even know. Why you walk up on me, dog? Hey, when James Toney get like that, you better back the fuck back. That motherfucker, oh, Burger King, we having a party. Oh, okay. Hey, why you walking up on me, dog? I don't even like you. Why you walk up on me, dog? But Jim Gray been looking for the smoke for years. After Broner Pacquiao, he was like, oh, man, you know, AB ain't boo boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. Give me the motherfucking mic back. Jim Gray gonna snatch the mic from Jim Gray is a thug. I'm telling y'all. Jim Gray from Compton or somewhere. Jim Gray really on Cedar Block. Jim Gray really be like on Mamas, be snatching mics out of people's hand and shit. Bro, they be like, man, you know, AB ain't boo boy. Another body. Y'all know I beat that boy. Give me the motherfucking mic back. Jim Gray really will snatch the mic from you, bro. Yeah, all right. Hold up. Like, like little kids and shit. You know, when there's a little toy on the table and then you touch other kid's toy. And then, man, give me. Jim Gray a gangster. He like MC8 and Menace and shit. Man, give my motherfucking blunt back. Both y'all acting like some bitches. Gia. A straight up menace. Gia. Both y'all acting like some bitches. Give my motherfucking blunt back. Jim Gray, give me that mic back. Gia. Do. Why am I mad? Jim Gray will snatch the mic from you. It's a proven fact. If you talking crazy, he was like, all right, that's just ridiculous. Give me my shit back. Anyway, never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. He will snatch the mic back if you ain't talking. If he don't agree with you, Jim Gray gonna snatch that mic like Kanye West. All right, Taylor Swift. You had an okay year. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the best album of all time. Jim Gray will Kanye West your shit. That's all I'm saying. He really tried Rances. Rances said he threw more punches. Yeah. Well, actually, he threw 587 punches, and you pulled, in 12 rounds, you threw no more than 8 punches a round. In round 4, you threw half a punch for 3 minutes. Half a punch. I've never even seen that before. How did you throw half a? You just took the other half back? It says in round 4, you threw half a punch. 0.5 of a punch per CompuBox. Like, damn. This CompuBox is advanced. Like, that motherfucker threw half a punch. Like, he threw half a punch. Like, bro. Jim Gray be flexing. I like Jim Gray. He be flexing, though. He be flexing on the game. Shout out to this man. Hey, Regis Prograis. Shout out to him. This motherfucker hood too. Like, you just look at him, you like, oh yeah, he a chill dude. Give him that mic. That hood, that Noya come out. That motherfucker, that Noya come out of Regis Prograis, because he was like, yo, so first of all, I just dominated. I destroyed him. D little boy can't fuck with me. And hey, that 504 came out. That shit was so funny. He said, yeah, man, I'm the man. I fucked him up. I told you I was going to do. These little boy can't fuck with me. You heard me? Hey, hey, these know your dudes ain't got no, these southern dudes ain't got no chill, bro. That man said, these little boy at 140 can't fuck with me. Sounded like straight off of Cash Money Records. Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and 2000s. You heard me? He said, don't tangle and twist it. I ain't gonna say it no more. I'm the baddest boy at 140. Don't play with me, Walter. I told y'all, I'm in the World Boxing Super Series, and that little boy can't fuck with me, man. I try to tell you, ain't nobody fucking with me, man. He, man, ski mask, spinning neck, weak cash. Like, hey, I ain't fucking with these southern dudes. These motherfuckers got choppers. They accent be sounding gutter. I ain't fucking with no doubt. Listen, I'm trying to keep the peace. If you from the South, I'm trying to keep the peace, because he turned up on that. I liked seeing that shit. That shit made me happy. That man said, I'm a Louisianimal. I already told you, these young boys can't fuck with me. The little boys at 140. That man said these little boys at 140. You heard me? Hey, that shit, that was raw. He beat that boy ass. His shit was just... I know Lil Wayne got a management company, so Lil Wayne was probably like, yeah, I try to tell you, Regis Prograis, you know, he was the next one from the book. Yeah. You know, Lil Wayne was probably proud of shit. You remember after Floyd Mayweather and when he fought Mikey Garcia and Robert Garcia, he hit me with that water bottle. He hit me with the water. Yeah, man, shout out to them 504 boys. You heard me? Beatrice. Regis Prograis did his thing. He busted boy up. Kirill Relic is tough, too. I watched Kirill Relic, Ricky Burns, Kirill Relic, Rancis Bartholomew 1 and 2. He ain't been stopped. And Regis Prograis was getting active. He said wabba-dee, wabba-dee, wabba-dee. He said Maurice Hooker and Jose Ramirez, they ain't fighting guys like me. Of course, I gotta be pound for pound. You heard me? I like it. I feel it. People get behind him. He's dope. A lot of people don't know he fought Errol Spence in the amateurs twice. So he got amateur pedigree too. And he's only getting stronger as a champion. Shout out to him, 504. You heard me? Wayne be stunting. He know how to speak properly. Yeah, but everybody, some people have that switch. Because, you know, I be looser if I'm talking to my people versus, you know, working a job or, you know, interviewing somebody. I'm not going to be like, yeah, feel me, bruh. You feel me about your fight? You know, this shit was smacking, bruh. Like, I'm not going to be hella bait out. And they won't even know what I'm saying and shit. You know, yeah, my young boy stay hyping me, smacking shit down, bruh. You feel me? See, y'all don't want to turn it back to the old me, back when everyone was riding scrapers through the bay, side showing, gas brake dipping. Y'all don't want to go back to that. That yada, that yee. Somebody, Doodoo Brown. Why is that your name right now? It's Doodoo, baby. I know he's in here. He said Doodoo Brown. See, and the other thing with Spence Crawford is this. It actually makes more sense this way. You know why? It makes more sense for Spence to be put in positions, and if he keeps winning, keep racking up them black people born bilingual. We all have that business dialect. That's what I'm saying. Like, you already know the drill, bro. You got to be able to, because you fuck around, scare people if you one way all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if it was the hit 'em up Tupac all the time. Like, he's just in Kroger's or some shit, and it's a hit 'em up version of Pac. That, like, you know what I'm saying? Hit 'em up for got Trader Joe's. Somebody tell me where the bakery. I'm drinking Hennessy, riding on them. Like, oh shit, the bakery over there. Like, that would be too much for the world. You know, West Side where we ride, coming quick with gay. You claiming to be but I fucked your wife. Like, if it was just that Pac all the time, you're like, oh shit. Remember when Pac started spitting at the cameras? He's like, this my new shit. New shit. Thug Life, Outlaw, West Side. He was doing hella extra, bro, with that spit. He's like, this my new, have a nice summer. Yeah. Like, bro, hey, you tripping, dog. And it's crazy because I be filming. I'll be hot if I went to a boxing. Like, hey, what do you think of Spence Crawford and Pac? Man, why you keep spitting on me, Pac? Like, I'll be hot if Pac, I love Pac. I'm from Cali. But, if I'm just trying to interview him and motherfuckers start spitting on me, like, that shit was funny, though. He had that hockey jersey. That'd be cold game right there. See Pac at a fight and shit. Hey, Crawford Spence, who you in? Thug Life, Thug Outlaw. Man, Pac, why every time I try to interview you try to spit on, you always try to spit on somebody. West Side, all that. He said, mind your business. Mind your business, lady. Nosy niggas get it too. No, I'm trying to get rid of you. Yeah, I know it's pitiful. Anyway, we killing the game. We had the most fun. We had some good fights on. He said that biatch. He did. He was out the car window like, Thug Life, biatch. Yeah. That shit was. I like when Pac did the George Jefferson. A lot of y'all give Conor McGregor credit. George Jefferson first, then Pac. That's probably where Conor McGregor got it from Pac. Because Pac really was in court. See, that's different. Conor McGregor be doing this shit in the octagon and shit. Pac was in court facing charges. It was like, hey, he was doing hella extra. They're like, all right, we're going to hold you in contempt. He was like, it really stormed about the court. That shit was hella funny. I got that on DVD somewhere. It was on a documentary, and he was like, you doing hella extra. That George Jefferson walk was too real. But once again, you see how people always copy from black culture and then don't get credit. Like, Conor McGregor didn't create that, but people, they give him credit for it. George Jefferson did that way before him. Pac did that way before Conor McGregor. And the funny thing is, Conor McGregor probably copied that. See, black people invented a lot of stuff. It's other people that took credit for it, like rock and roll. It's okay. New media is here to save the day. We gonna bring some justice back into this. Yeah, Pac was too real. He was on a stretcher in the picture like this. Meanwhile, Amir Khan get hit in the pelvis nuts and can't continue. But Pac got shot 5 times. It was like, I ain't a killer, but don't push. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture paragraphs unloaded. Wise words being quoted. Peep the weakness in this boxing game is sold it. Bow down. Let's get it. Shout out to Kurt, Eric Monroe. I got y'all, man. Peanut butter. Black people invented a lot of stuff. A lot of dances and shit, and then other people do it, and it's like, oh. Like, even this is what they did in boxing. Floyd Mayweather, Peep, tell me if I'm lying. Floyd Mayweather was the first high-profile person demanding additional drug testing outside of the realm of commission test. And it was for the Pacquiao fight. Everybody knew because everyone wanted to see the Pacquiao fight. So it was like overly publicized what the standpoints were. Pacquiao didn't want that word. I have tattoos, but I'm afraid of needles. Right? Now look at it. We can't live. Now it's a sin if a fighter says, fuck that, I ain't doing VADA. I'm not doing the clean boxing program. Now you're looked at as a cheat if you don't want to take part in this. But when Floyd was doing it, people were like, oh, you're a bitch. Health comes first, Floyd. They insulted him for demanding such testing. Look at Gerald Miller just had adamantium and vibranium, all this shit in his system. But when Floyd was bringing awareness to this, they was ridiculing him for it. Big facts. And then people later, like Nonito Donaire does like a year-round testing. HBO start trying to give him credit. Like he brought drug testing, above and beyond drug testing to the sport. Crazy how that worked. Speaking of Donaire, shout out to this Bay Area shit. You dig? That left hook, that was one of the knockouts of the year. He stretched Stefan Urkel, Stefan Young. That left hook that looked like vintage Donaire. That's a knockout of the year contender for sure. Money Powell got a knockout of the year contender. Nonito just grabbed him one. But this is the thing. He was on 3 days notice. So, we haven't seen Donaire get a knockout like that in a minute. His guy was, it wasn't the initial guy. If he would have did that to Zolani Tete, then that would have been a huge statement. So I'm not taking away because Donaire is just playing by the rules that are put before him. So it's not his fault his opponent got injured or whatever the situation is. But I would have liked to see that fight, because then I would have been able to give him even more props because I know Zolani Tete, and he comes to fight, and it's a different stylistic fight. You could tell from early rounds that the Stefan Young guy was outclassed, outgunned. Donaire looked bigger, looked stronger, and he was outmatched totally. So nothing, I'm not taking away from Donaire. He didn't create this situation, but the last 2 fights he was in, he advances and keeps advancing. But the Ryan Burnett got injured, and then now Zolani pulled out, so he didn't get he had a 3-day notice opponent. You know what I'm saying? So it would have been nice to see him against the other rightful seed. You know what I'm saying? Imagine like the Super Bowl, and say like the Green Bay Packers and the 49ers are playing for a chance at the Super Bowl. And then the Green Bay Packers get injured. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to play another team that, Tampa Bay Buccaneers or something to advance. That's not the same, because it's not who we were supposed to be. It's no one's fault, but it's not who we were supposed to be playing. Green Bay had a good season, advanced to this leg of the playoffs, and we're playing off for a chance at the Super Bowl. You want to see the 2 teams that made it there actually get it. But, they had to improvise because dude got hurt. Speaking of the Niners, oh my gosh, we got squad up. I can't wait. Yeah, I seen Stephen Young's trainer was The guy that did the interview with the Jimmy Jimenez, Luis Ortiz guy. Short notice fights are always dangerous. 3 days or 4 weeks, always dangerous. That's what I'm saying. Because you have to, I don't even know how you prepare. What are you going to just hit the speed bag? Like, what you going to do? You know? Stop ego. The 49ers ain't winning shit. Here you go, bro. I didn't say we going to take the whole thing, but we got more squad than we did last year. So I like the pickups. We got Nick Bosa, Hurd. We got some different weapons. Jimmy Garoppolo coming back. Because Hurd used to be a running back. And he's like 6'4", 230. They're going to bulk him up a little bit more. And he was fighting for the yardage. So, yeah. Don't hate. It's okay. The Niners is back, motherfucker. Yo, you stupid. That's what's up. Listen, I'm gonna put this warning out. Y'all have to start like prefacing your comments, like, cause my shooters, if it looks like troll shit, troll behavior. Oh yeah, Debo Samuel. That's a major one. If it looks like troll shit, you getting clapped. That's how the shooters, they know. So when y'all just say y'all stupid, y'all should probably want to put LOL. Just kidding, cause people just get clapped. Just because they're talking figuratively and we don't know if you're trolling or not. So if like really bottom line is if you're not a routine person on our chats, we don't know you. You know what I'm saying? So if it just looked like a random name nobody's familiar with and then the comment looks suspect on top of that. So the best thing you can do is, be in the chats, be acquainted so people know who you are. Better speak clearly because we going tune clap season. Man, we in a good spot, bro. Boxing is lit. We in a good spot. He said I had to shut that shit down early. I don't know what y'all talking about. J-Dog already know what it is. He said better use that @ sign or you know what it is. Yeah, man, we chilling. Boxing's good. We doing well. I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm hungry. We just working. But I already told you. I'm glad that Spence is he's looking the part. He's looking like a star. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the interviews. He looks comfortable. It looks like he's keeping his weight down. He's embracing it. He's embracing it. But I told you, this is always business. It's never nothing personal. It's always business. And the bottom line is, like, listen. Shout out to Fred. I told you, I sent the link earlier. Listen to what Errol Spence said on Barbershop Conversation.
Do you feel like the fight will eventually happen?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen.
This is about Crawford Spence.
I got Porter, I got Pack, I got Thurman. So
What about
I got to choose.
what about people that were, they say Errol's a big welterweight? Will you still be able to make 47 for
I
another
can
2
make
years?
47. If I can't, I go to 54. So
And you got Sean Porter. WBC just mandated, or is that pretty much
yeah,
where we're headed?
I can do that too. I mean, like I said, I'm a WC belt. Like how people talking about, oh, he doesn't stand. It's not that I'm ducking him. I got somebody in front of me that a fight can be easily made in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I can easily take that fight. Bob Brown said he want to make a fight with me and Terrence Crawford, but he's back. At the end of the day, we're still human. So you get on TV, you bashing somebody, this and that. What makes you think somebody want to talk to you? Or do business with you when you bash them and saying this person is, this person that, this person is. So you know. But like I said, I think, you know, it really showed that they're real desperate. But I'm not worried about that. You know, I'm worried about getting belts. Like I said, it's draft season, so you know.
Manny Pacquiao keep.
So, I mean, I don't know what else we need to do here. I think the job is being done. What Errol Spence just said, and again, check out Barbershop Conversations. He has the full interview. Watch it, look at his mannerisms and all that. It's verbatim what I've said recently. Before this interview just came out, this is verbatim what I told you. This sound like, bro, I'm telling you, this new media shit is infectious and all y'all getting infected. I'm like the outbreak monkey. Y'all motherfuckers want to call me a monkey? Okay. I'm the outbreak monkey. I'm infecting everybody. Listen to what the man just said. He says, it shows a level of desperation. How are you saying you want to work with the other side, the rival side, but you bashing them, saying this and that, this and that, this person ain't this person ain't that? This is exactly what I said. I mean, to me, you know, it's kind of common sense, but I'm the one getting on the mic saying it, saying the common sense. There's a lot of people going around saying, oh, yeah, Spence, make the fight, stop ducking, all this stupid shit. I'm the voice of reason. I'm the outbreak monkey. I come to infect everybody. I'm coming, I promise you. This shit is a contagion. 28 days later, I'm infecting everybody with the sickness. That new media sickness. With a quickness. Can you dig this? I promise you. Doesn't make sense. You want to do business with somebody, but you bashing them on your own pay-per-view. What type of look is that? Like, where they do that at? Listen, that's like someone, hey, Ego, you're a bitch. Hey, can you give me a ride to work? Man, hell no. I'm an independent person, so I don't care. Motherfuckers can't hold nothing against me because they can't cut off my. I ain't no yes man. I ain't like nobody hold no keys over me. Every piece of equipment I bought, that's me. Everything I done in this game, me and the fans. So, you know, my car is under my name, insurance under my name, everything is under my, so people can't do that to me. That's why I'm an Aries, so I gotta have independence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta have independence. But, you know, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to take up your airtime to really mention. Just look at, it's what Al Haymon goes through, I go through on YouTube too. And I'm not trying to compare myself to the big dog, but it's true. These people, motherfuckers that I blocked, be making videos about me, talking about me. I don't care what you doing. I don't care about none of that. People be in the comments saying, oh, but it'd be like Showtime weigh-ins and DAZN weigh-ins. Oh, fuck Boxingego. Like, what I got to do with the DAZN weigh-in? What, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do I got to do with these weigh-ins? I'm not weighing in. What you talking about? You know, so I thought it was a bad look for Bob to Top Rank to use your airtime talking about the promoter. It just looks desperate because you should want, if you better than someone, you should want them to bleed out. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows that you need them. The fact that you even have to mention them. Bob pulling the race card reeked of desperate. Yeah, saying he don't want to work with white people or white promoters. I mean, where is that coming from? Luda Bella, you know, he's worked with Eddie Hearn before. He actually, Al Haymon still advises Danny Jacobs, who's about to fight under Eddie Hearn's banner and on DAZN. See, the thing that I think is hurting people is there's no way they haven't figured it out, a way to really hurt Al Haymon. He's not contradicting himself in a bunch of interviews. Fighters seem to be loyal and stay true to him, you know, especially the popular ones that are moneymakers. The Wilders, Errol Spence, the Charlos, the Adrian Broners, Manny Pacquiao just joined. And see, this I'm not starting tension. I don't have a side. You know, I'm just talking about what I see. Andy Ruiz Jr. just left and has been doing recent interviews saying Bob Arum sued him for talking about Top Rank or some shit like that. The video's on YouTube. You can find it. I don't remember where I seen it, but it was. So why did Andy Ruiz got a title shot with Joseph Parker, a fight that he arguably won, right? and he got it under Top Rank. So why did he leave? Why did he leave Bob Arum? And then obviously he left with some level of animosity of how his career was handled, because he signed with Al Haymon, and he said, "Hey, I can't say too much right now. I can't say too much about Top Rank because they'll try to sue me again." So that shows a little bit of contempt, like it wasn't a clean split. You know, like Abel Sanchez and Triple G arguing publicly. I saw those trolls talking about ego during the Wilder Fury press tour. That's what I'm saying. Like, whatever. It's free exposure. And listen, when I see that shit, when they saying stuff, it could be Showtime's video. If I see it and they talking crazy, I just block them right there. So I like when they do that. I like when they gather in a video comment section and all talk about me, because I treat it like a firing line. It's just and the whole thread just block everybody. We gonna give you something to complain about and whine about. And you know what? Majority of the times when that happens, they've already been blocked, because it'll say unblock this user, meaning they've already been blocked. So it's just a bunch of disgruntled people who have already been blocked by me or my shooters, you know, saying all this and that. Mad because they can't join the party. Okay, Randy Ridley is officially lost it. He got the comment of the night. Hey, the more y'all engage, we're going to start doing funny shit, bro. This is comment of the night, bro. This is the comment of the night. He says, Bob Arum out here talking about some, to this day. Hey, bro, you got to chill. That's funny as fuck, bro. He said Bob Arum talking about some Wilder to this day. Yeah, that reverse racism shit. Ain't nobody buying that. Bro, these dudes can't. It's like the episode of Martin. There's an episode of Martin, right? Where Martin was trying to fight a traffic ticket. And he was talking shit to the judge. And he was like, yeah, so I need everybody in the courtroom to apologize to me. And then if the cop doesn't show up, you get the ticket dismissed. Then the cop's like, wait a minute, I'm here. And then the judge was like, all right, we're about to hear your case versus his case. And this is going to be, you know, and I'm going to make my ruling. And he was like, nah, bang the gavel. And she was like, nope. So they did a court case. Then Martin, he said, because the cop was white, he was like, yeah, I think this was racial prejudice, Your Honor. And then he was like, oh, racial prejudice. I want y'all to meet my wife, Keisha. And then he brought his wife in the court and was all hugged up with her, and she was black. So Martin looked hella dumb because he accused the guy of bigotry, and then the dude's wife was black. GTD, got to draw. That's one of my favorite episodes. That shit was so funny. He's like, GTD, got to draw. And they was high-fiving him. Rest in peace to Thomas Michael LaFord. That's a classic show. Hey, Martin lost it when he was losing the case, the traffic ticket case. He was like, hey, Your Honor, he's like, this case should be thrown out and dismissed due to the fact that I'm insane. Do the pocket knife. That shit was so funny. He's like, my mommy say that she be coming around the mountain when she goes. She be coming around the mountain. She be rough. I almost lost it when he said it. He said, this, Your Honor, throw out this case due to the fact that I'm insane. Do the pocket knife. My mommy say that. She be coming around that mountain when she goes. I'm about to go binge watch Martin. We killing these motherfuckers. Old media, we having the most fun. That's one of my favorite episodes. Oh my God, that shit was funny. That man said, throw this. He said, Your Honor, jury. He got all in their face. This needs to be dropped due to the fact that I'm insane. Do the pocket knife. Do the pocket knives. He was killing it. Martin is funny as fuck, bro. He said when Otis went to that ATM and there was this buff ass black dude. He said, "All them numbers there, boy. What you got? You a bank account in Switzerland? Yeah, getting ready to take you down, boy. Get ready." I'm about to go binge watch Martin. My face hurt. Randy Ridley, you out of pocket. He said Bob Arum on some to this day. To this day. You know what the funny thing is? When certain races try to play the race card, it doesn't work because they don't have enough data to support what they're saying. Like when Wilder's screaming to this day, yo people too, yo people. When he's doing that, he could back up what he's saying. Would Bob Arum accuse Al Haymon of dissuading people to work with white promoters? That don't make sense because Lou DiBella put on Errol Spence versus a white fighter, Chris Algieri, in New York, and guess who the promoter was? Lou DiBella. So okay, Al Haymon is telling Errol Spence not to fight a black guy, you know, so the money stays in the black community or whatever you think is going on, right? So in your mind, you're saying Al Haymon is trying to get in the way and cock block Spence versus Crawford, two black fighters fighting. And they're going to say, hey, man, don't work with the white guys. Don't work with the white promoter. This is Bob Arum's words, right? But Errol Spence fought in New York against a white fighter, Chris Algieri, you know, blue eyes, Chris Algieri, all-American looking. Chris Algieri got a degree and is a boxer, right? He's a nutritionist, got a degree for being a nutritionist and, you know, MBA and all this shit. And DiBella put on that fight because I sent someone to that fight. My dude Bakari. Shout out to my writer. So how does that make sense? So why did he encourage Errol Spence to fight Chris Algieri and work with a white promoter then, if that's what you really feel? That's what I'm saying. When some people and when some races proclaim this, there's not enough data to stipulate that's actually the reason. Now, reverse racism. Let's flip it. The shit I'm saying, I'm showing you guys proof. Lomachenko, since Floyd left, there hasn't really been a consistent black fighter on HBO or ESPN's top number one spot, pound for pound. No matter how good or bad Lomachenko's looking, he seems to be the guy that's on there. Before it was Chocolatito. So you didn't want Andre Ward there. You wanted Chocolatito there. Then he get knocked the fuck out and lose to a guy that, you know, like I said, look what they do to black and brown fighters. Roman Chocolatito got knocked the fuck out by Sor Rungvisai. In a rematch, in the first one, he got knocked down and lost, and it was controversial. Brown fighter, Juan Francisco El Gallo Estrada, lost a controversial first fight, and then he came back correct and outboxed and, you know, convincingly beat the same guy that beat Chocolatito. You never seen him put Gallito on the pound for pound top 5. But they had Sor Rungvisai there. They had Chocolatito at number 1. And not to mention El Gallo, he arguably beat Chocolatito when they fought. I thought he did beat. I got to watch it again, but I thought he did from my memory. So that shows you he's a badass fighter. He made adjustments. Chocolatito ain't make no adjustments. Y'all had him number 1. Look what they do to black fighters. Look what they do to brown fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. And like I said, nobody's denying. They're not telling me how you mean to tell me Chocolatito improved more than Andre Ward, honestly. Yeah, Regis Prograis, that dude. Do you really think that Chocolatito had proven more? He's in them like them little weights. He's in them little ass baby weight, tissue weight. You be like, all right, coming to the stage, Chocolatito's next opponent, tissue weight. Yeah, this is the weight class he was in. What that say? 2-ply weight? Oh, 3-ply, my bad. 3-ply weight. Like, you fight at flyweight? Nah, motherfucker, I said 3-ply weight. You know, I weighed as much as some Kleenex and toilet paper, TP and shit. Oh, I thought you said flyweight. I didn't know you said 2-ply weight, motherfucker. 3-ply weight. Motherfuckers don't even know who he fought. For real. And still put him on the list. Like you watched, you watched the Mick Williams Arroyo because it's on the Triple G card, Brian Valoria, and that's it. You didn't know all them other motherfuckers he was fighting. Chocolatito fought someone named Valentino Leon, and his record is terrible. His record is like, don't make me pull it up. And this was like during the era where they were saying, you know what, y'all want me to pull it up? If the fans, smash the like button. If the fans want me to pull it up, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is around the era where they were saying he was pound for pound too. He had fought this guy within a year of them saying he was pound for pound. If y'all want me to pull it up, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I need that hell yeah in the comment section. Told you, we do all this in-house. We control the narrative. If y'all want me to pull it up, can I get a hell yeah? And this is what I've been saying, and Spence is now saying, is looking over for y'all, man. Because Spence even used the exact word that I said, over promoting. If someone's raw, you don't have to even do all that, bro. All right, Pete. Chocolatito's 2 losses to Sora Rungvisai, who El Gallo just beat the fuck up and made him look every bit his age. Look, told y'all right here. Look at this shit, bruv. He fought Valentin Leon, and this was his record. 29-29-3. That's the record he had at the time that they fought in 2015. And this was around, when he was fighting. Look, 2015, Floyd had already retired, and he was fighting Brian Valoria, Mick Williams, Arroyo Quadras, and then Sora Rungvisai. So this was around the time, like just a year before, they were saying he is pound for pound. And he fought a guy who's 29-29-3. So he's number 1 pound for pound. Name someone that Floyd ever fought since he's been Money Mayweather or Pretty Boy Floyd that had that type of record. 29-29-3. Let's look at his record today. God damn. Oh my God. He lost some more times. This dude's record is 29-33-3. And he been knocked out 19 times. Like, damn. That's his current record. But he was still 29-29 when Chocolatito fought him. Look, they put his driver's license picture up. They said, hey, all right, you don't have to come in. You have a copy of your driver's license. We'll use that, goddammit. We'll use your driver's license picture. Just come on in. Look. Oh my God. He lost. No contest. Lost. So he lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row at this point. Look at that. Hey. Oh, y'all Bloods now. Oh, y'all Crips now. What did Nipsey say? Look at all that red. What did Nipsey say? Look at all that red. It is. Can y'all see this? Look at all that red on his resume, bro. Oh, y'all Bloods now. Oh, y'all Crips now. Fuck it, I'm Big Draws. I'm Jay Prince now. Oh, y'all, look at all this red and blue, cut. Look. All y'all Bloods now. All y'all Crips now. Fuck it, I'm Big Draws. I'm Jay Prince now. Hey, I'm going to tell you 3 things you can't buy in this town. Loyalty, love, and respect. And niggas will extort you out your check. Oh, y'all Bloods now. All y'all Crips now. Fuck it, I'm Big Jaws. I'm Jay Prince now. Bro, you see all that red on this shit? That's worse than Salka record when Danny fought him was not even that. Hell no. Salka shit wasn't that bad. 29-29. 29 wins and 29 losses. That motherfucker broke even on his resume. And that's a recent person that Chocolatito had fought, and ESPN was saying he's number 1 pound for pound. But then Floyd fight Berto, and they say he ruined his legacy. You know, Errol Spence fight Ocampo undefeated. They say, oh, why the fuck you fighting him? Terrence Crawford fight, you know, Amir Khan or something. And I'm not giving him credit for this. You know, I'm not giving Errol Spence credit for Mikey. He's moving up. But y'all motherfuckers ran around and said Chocolatito number 1 pound for pound. Nobody even talk about Chocolatito now. You know, he turned into C's Candy or whatever the fuck. And old media ran around for years saying he's the best. And Floyd, you know, I got to call Floyd out. He said the same thing. He's like, yeah, I'm going to say, all right, bro. That's what happens when y'all just, where was he from? He's hoping he not from the same place and shit. He's from Colton, California. Oh no, he's from Sinaloa, Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. Damn. But I guess he resides in Colton now. I don't know. You know, and they quick to say Chocolatito a number 1 in their sport for any fighting guys like that. That's what I'm saying. People don't even know Chocolatito's resume like that. They know Carlos Cuadras. They know, you know, Brian Valoria, maybe Mick Williams Arroyo, but not at the time Chocolatito was fighting him. Plus, he was coming off a year layoff. I told you, I'm a boxing encyclopedia. That was on the Triple G weight undercard. Mick Williams Arroyo was coming off of a long-ass layoff and still gave Triple G a tough fight. Y'all not fucking with the boxing encyclopedia. I'm out. Holla at the boy. Everybody have a beautiful and safe night. We just putting in that work over and over, and it's going to be that way, baby.